Oh, I thought it was Mira. Hi.
It's Priscilla Mata. Hi.
Okay, we're live.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
Ms. Licon, we're live.
Okay. Yes, we're 1 minute before the meeting's due.
It's 5 p.m.
Good afternoon. It is 5 p.m. A special meeting by video conference during disaster due to COVID-19 of the Board of Trustees of San Elizario I.S.D. held April 23rd, 2020 is now called to order. On March 16th, Governor Greg Abbott granted a request by Attorney General Ken Paxton to temporarily suspend a limited number of open meetings laws to the extent necessary to allow telephonic or video conference meetings in response to the coronavirus. In accordance with those suspended rules, we certify the following. Notice of this meeting has been posted online at least 72 hours. Although members of the board are not gathered in a central physical location, we do have a quorum in attendance at this meeting by a telephone call and internet access. We are meeting by use of both telephone conference call, online access, and through use of an email link for questions. If a member of the public submitted written comments in advance, the board president or a member of the administration will read the comments into record before or during the board's consideration of that item. If you would like to provide comment at a future meeting conducted by video conference or telephone call, please follow instructions on the meeting notice. All other meeting procedures will adhere to board-adopted procedures to the extent practical. The audio recording of this meeting is being made and will be available to the public at a later date. We apologize in advance for any unforeseeable difficulties and ask for your patience as we navigate unprecedented conditions. If you have any questions about the suspended laws, please call the Office of the Attorney General at 888-672-6787 or by email at toma@oag.texas.gov. Okay, and now we will proceed with the roll call. Mr. Madrid, please.
Yes, Michelle Garcia, you present?
Present.
Eduardo Chavez? Irene Jaques?
Present.
Bernard Mendez?
Present.
Becky Romero?
Present.
Sandra Licon?
Present.
And myself am present as well, Fernando Madrid. Thank you.
Okay, record shows all board members are present. We will now proceed with the Pledge of Allegiance. We rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag
To the
of the United States of America and to the republic
To the
for
republic
which it
for
stands,
which it
one nation,
one nation,
under God,
under
indivisible,
God,
liberty and
indivisible,
justice
with
for all.
liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. We'll now proceed with San Elizario I.S.D. mission statement. San Elizario I.S.D. vision is to graduate students with skills to meet the demands of a changing world by promoting student success as non-negotiable, channeling resources to match the learning needs of students, employ and retain quality staff so that San Elizario is a proud, innovative, and academically superior district. Okay, open forum. Ms. Christine, did anyone sign up for open forum?
Board Chair Licon, no submissions have been received.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. We'll proceed then to item 3, new business, board action items. Item 3A, Discussion and possible action to approve amended board resolution regarding employee compensation during extended emergency closure of the district and its campuses in response to concerns of further community spread of COVID-19 and pursuant to policy DEA local. Presenter, Mrs. Priscilla Mata, Legal Counsel. Ms. Mata?
Good afternoon, President Licon, Dr. Mesa Chavez, and board members. I'm happy to see everyone here and hope you're all doing well. This resolution is coming to you once again, but in an amended form. Two things have happened since you first approved the employee compensation plan during your emergency closure. Number one, the governor has since issued an executive order requiring that all schools remain closed for the remainder of the year. Number two, you've also transitioned to distance learning and also remote education or instruction. So the reason this resolution comes back to you in an amended form is that from today's date forward, if the board wishes to approve this, you would be paying only those employees, you'd be paying a premium rate for only those employees that are actually working physically at any district property or campus. And anyone else doing remote work would still be paid, but they'd be paid at the regular rate. So we want to make sure that we're taking care of the people who are actually having to report to work during the closure, your non-exempt employees, and all of the other employees that are still working but are working more comfortably and safely from home would be receiving a regular rate of pay. So there's a few other distinctions that are also made, and I'll cover those. Number one, this amended resolution, and remember, if this is approved today, the effective date is today. So moving forward, any work conducted after today's date would fall under this new resolution, this amended resolution. So number one, it adds an end date for compensation benefits for both tutors and substitute employees. So note, they'd be scheduled to work through June 8, but the compensation is going to be more defined, more limited, in a more limited manner. And there's going to be an end date to that compensation. There's also a change for literacy instructors. They're compensated a little differently. And my understanding is that there's a certain set budget for literacy instructors. And so what we need to do in this resolution is make sure that we do not exceed what's been budgeted for these literacy instructors. So they also have an end date within this resolution. And then again, just as a reminder, premium pay, we're still going to allow that premium pay if the board so wishes, but it's going to be set aside for only those non-exempt employees who are being required to work, report to work at a physical location. So any non-exempt employee working during the closure is going to be paid their regular rate under this new resolution. That is the gist of it. This resolution would remain in place for the remainder of the school year. If for whatever reason this closure continues into the next school year, then I'd be back presenting a new resolution for your consideration. Are there any questions?
Okay, the floor is open for any questions or discussion.
Yes, this is Eduardo Chavez.
Mr. Chavez, you have the floor.
Okay, I just wanted to ask Norberto, how's our finances looking? I mean, I'm okay with paying everybody that needs to be paid. And I'm understanding that the people like the subs and I guess like the people that substitute for the kitchen and anybody else is only going to be paid till June 8th. Is that correct?
Good evening, Board President Licon, board members, and Superintendent Dr. Mesa Chavez. Yes, substitutes would be paid through June 8th. So for the month of June, June 8th would cover about 1/4 of the month. So that's why the resolution reads as 25%. So the average January and February pay would apply at a 25% rate for the activity in June. The literacy instructors, like the attorney said, would be based on the actual amount budgeted. The food service workers would be paid through the end of the year, but if we continue to serve meals during the summer, then they continue to get paid at a premium rate. Now, as far as how the finances look, in some cases, I am over budget in some areas, but I will be under budget in other areas. So for example, summer school, if virtual learning, if this distance learning continues through summer school, then I don't need as many teachers actually in the buildings, right? So there would be a savings there, but we purchased 500 hotspots last couple of weeks. It was discussed at one of the last meetings. So in essence, that pot of money that I saved from the summer school would be applied and would cover the hotspots. So all in all, I do not foresee that I'll need more money in the budget as in its entirety. What I will need to do is amend certain functions where if I need more money in, say, function 35 for food service workers because they're working so much at the premium rate, then there'll be a budget amendment to increase that function. But then I'll have savings in, say, function 36, which would be the athletics, because we did not travel at the end of this year. We did not use the activity buses. So I have money in some functions and I'm going to need money in other functions. Once, as we get closer to June and I have a better idea of what that is, then I'll begin presenting some of those budget amendments.
Okay.
Okay, now there was also a question by Mr. Madrid. Mr. Madrid, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you. My question is, I'm for paying our employees as well. My question is, to how we're paying them right now, to where we're going, what's the change on that? Is it going to stay the same, or conversation? But I'm trying to see if it's the same or it's going to be adjusted somehow from where we're at right now.
Okay, I can either answer that or defer to Blanca, but what you're seeing right now, trustees, is an amendment to the resolution. So there is a change in pay to employees. The change that we've discussed is, number one, that premium pay, right? So only the non-exempt employees being required to report physically to work will receive that premium pay. All other non-exempt employees working from home will receive their regular rate of pay. And then, of course, you have your exempt employees who are paid a salary. They're getting paid regardless. So really, this resolution is centered more around your non-exempt employees, because you want to make sure that they're being taken care of, and they are. They're receiving pay during this closure, but we're making sure to take care of those who have to physically report to work. Mm-hmm. If there's any other distinctions or anything that you want to add, Ms. Cruz or Mr. Rivas, but that's my general understanding of the changes in this resolution moving forward.
Thank you.
Good evening.
I think I have a follow-up.
Sorry, I think Ms. Cruz wasn't wanted the floor. Do you have the floor? A question for me?
Just a comment. So, in this new amendment, everybody will take care of, right?
Sorry, you broke up on that.
On this new amendment, every employee will be taken care of.
Great. Good evening, Board President Licon, board members, and Superintendent Dr. Mesa Chavez. This is Blanca Cruz. To answer your question, Mr. Madrid, yes, everyone will continue to get paid their regular rate. The only change that is being made is on the premium pay as far as compensation is concerned, but there's no change to the regular rate of pay for all employees.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Do we
This
have
is Mrs. Romero, and I have a comment. Well, it's actually a question. After all this ordeal is done with, is the state funding the schools?
Good evening, this is Norberto Rivas. No, the state will not be reimbursing the school districts. What's happening is there's two pots of monies that are going to be available. One of them is a request for public assistance through FEMA. That is more for emergency costs, disinfecting of school facilities, personal protective equipment, to actually try to prevent the loss of life or the damage of property. The other pot of money that is out and about, or that will be coming through, is through the feds. That's the CARES Act. So from what TA has on their website, about 90% of that money is going to be split up by the districts based on a statutory formula, pretty much the number of kids per I.S.D. So about 10 years ago, when the Great Recession hit school districts, there was a lot of ARA money, stimulus money that went out. And pretty much the way the stimulus money worked, it said you can use it like any other federal fund, like a Title I, like a Perkins grant, or you can use it for construction. You can use it to supplant any lost money. So TA's guidance right now is saying, based on what their understanding is, because they don't have the finalized guidance from the feds yet, it's pretty much saying we'll be able to reimburse ourselves for some of the costs incurred because of the coronavirus, or we'll be able to use it for any of the other ones. So we'll get some money back, but we will not be getting all of the money back. There's no way everybody will be able to, I guess, recoup all of their money. And then another distinction for the FEMA grants is, assuming you even get awarded FEMA money, it's not a 1-to-1. You only get awarded 75% of the amount. You're stuck with a 25% local share requirement. So we will not be getting everything, but like I mentioned a little bit earlier, because we are closed, another example is utilities, right? So I had an amount budgeted for utilities because the schools are closed. There should be savings there, which can then be used to kind of offset some of these costs as well.
Okay, thank you.
any other questions? Any further discussion? No? Okay.
No.
We have a motion?
Oh, real quick, I do
Yes,
have a comment. And this is getting ahead of the game. So school starts August, September. How is that gonna work if we get back to regular business? As far as pay and raises and all that good stuff.
This is Jeannie Meza Chavez. Mr. Madrid, we would begin the school year this coming year, because we're going into year round. Our school year begins August 3rd. With that being stated, we still will go through the process of presenting a budget for you all to approve. In the event that we would start the school year in this situation that we are in right now, that is where legal counsel indicated that we would be bringing back a resolution to you. If not, we would begin the school year based on what is approved through budget, and that will happen in June.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any further questions?
Nope.
Discussions? We have a motion,
No.
please?
I make a motion. I make
A
a
motion.
motion to.
Who's speaking, please?
I make a motion to approve the amended board resolution regarding employee compensation during extended emergency closure of the district and its campuses in response to concerns of further community spread of COVID-19 and pursuant to policy DEA local.
I second.
I second it.
Okay, so we had a motion by Ms. Garcia, a seconded by Ms. Romero. to accept the agenda item. I'm going to take a vote personally, so each one, please let me know. Mr. Madrid?
I approve.
Okay, aye. Mr. Chavez?
Aye.
Mrs. Jaques?
Aye.
Mrs. Garcia?
Aye.
Mrs. Hernandez?
Aye.
Ms. Romero?
Aye.
Mrs. Licon, myself, aye. Also, motion carries unanimously. Okay, so with that, our next meeting date will be regular meeting Wednesday, May 13th, 2020 at 5 p.m. And that is all. May I have a motion to adjourn at 5:20?
I so moved,
I
and
make
I
a
move to
motion
adjourn at 5:20.
Okay.
5:20.
Okay, so was it Ms. Jaques? Ms. Jaques made a motion. May I have a second?
I second.
Second.
Yes.
Ms. Hernandez?
Yes.
So we have a motion by Ms. Jaques, seconded by Ms. Hernandez to adjourn at 5:20. All those in favor, Mr. Madrid,
Aye.
Mr. Chavez,
Aye.
Mrs. Jaques,
Aye.
Mrs. Garcia,
Aye.
Mrs. Hernandez,
Aye.
Mrs. Romero,
Aye.
Mrs. Licon, aye. We adjourn at 5:20. Thank you.
Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay safe out there.
You
You
as
guys.
well. Thank you.
Careful.
Thank you. Be
Stay
careful.
God bless
Bye,
you
guys.
all.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.